Hello viewers, and welcome to tonight's show on Bank Time with your banker and financial advisor, sponsored by Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. Tonight we are with one of Ecobank staff. He is the head of cards and e-banking, and is by name Mr. Elhanan Oreku Asare. Stay glued to your seat. We'll be right back.
Get ready to move on up with Ecobank. Easy access to your account wherever you are in the world. More ATMs across Africa than any other bank, so there's always one closer to you. The freedom to pay with a card instead of cash. To bank with your mobile anytime, anywhere. Or send money thousands of miles in a flash. Plus, smart ways to save and invest so your children can move on up too. And trust Ecobank to help with the things that matter most. Visit us online today and move on up with Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome back, viewers, and thanks for watching Time with your banker and financial advisor, sponsored by Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. Today, we are with Mr. Oreku Asare, head of e-banking and card services with Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. This program is also supported by Belacqua and Equity Insurance Ghana Limited. Equity Insurance Ghana Limited. Mr. Oreku Asare.
Hi, Betty.
I hope all is well.
Definitely, all is well.
Getting you. It has been tough, but finally you are here. We thank God you are here. E-banking with Ecobank, what is it about?
You know, our customers' lifestyle has changed over a period of time. I quite remember like a decade ago, Ecobank was the first bank to have introduced Visa cards on the markets. And
really?
Yes, and it was as if that was the end of the universe, you know.
I see.
But as we speak today, almost every bank issues Visa cards, okay, and they have ATMs that accept Visa, MasterCard, and the other international banks. That should tell you that the customer's lifestyle is changing. So as a bank, if you want to serve the customers very well, we need to make sure that we change our products in line with the customer's lifestyle.
If you talk about Visa cards, break it down so that the ordinary Ghanaian can understand it and rope onto the product.
We have internationally accepted cards, or cards that I would say have a lot more acceptance points than only a bank card issued.
So you are saying that the Visa card, you know, we have ATM card, we have other cards, but the Visa card is a card that is accepted internationally.
Yes. So a bank can decide to say that, okay, I'm issuing a card that will be accepted at only my ATMs. Okay, that is a proprietary card. It's a card that is related to the bank's ATMs or the bank's terminals. But if a bank also...
So that card is strictly to Bank A.
Bank A.
You can use it on Bank B's platform or Bank C platform.
Exactly. So Visa, MasterCard, China Union Pay are international network that also thought it through to say that we need to bring something that will allow the customer to be able to transact anywhere they find a terminal.
So we are saying that the Visa card is a card that can be used universally. Yes. You can use it on any bank platform, locally and internationally, provided that bank has connection with you.
Has connection with the Visa network.
With the Visa
or
network
MasterCard
or
network
MasterCard.
or China Union Pay.
Okay, and that is international.
That is international.
Because I know that some cards with other banks cannot be used on other banks' platform.
Yes, even today.
Here in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yeah.
Today it's changing in Ghana because through GIPS. They've
when we talk of GIPS, please explain it
also,
so the
so
Ghanaian...
GIPS is an acronym for Ghana Interbank Payment Settlement Systems. And it's wholly owned by Bank of Ghana, and their mandate is to try as much as possible to improve on financial services in Ghana. So what they've done for the banks that do not have the capacity to sign on to Visa, MasterCard, or China UnionPay is to provide a platform that we call GH Link, where if you have a bank-only issued card, which is proprietary to that bank, and the bank is also connected to the GH Link network, that card can be accepted on other banks' terminals as well. So you can, in short, you can say is a local MasterCard. So
the GH Link is the local MasterCard?
Or Visa, or yeah.
So with that one, you can access your money on any bank's platform
that has the GH Link
provided
connection.
They are connected to the GH Link.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's go on with your Visa card as EcoBank. Yeah. So
with the Visa card, it gives, or the MasterCard or China UnionPay, it gives the customer a lot of more options. Because today, those networks, they have millions of terminals around the world through their connections with banks that they work with. So if you are a holder of that card, anywhere you find a Visa logo,
ATM,
not even an ATM, a logo, it can be accepted at an ATM or a point of sale device for purchases. You know, so anyway,
when we talk of point of sales device,
so is the device that accepts cards for the payment of goods and services. So
it could be in a supermarket.
It could be in a supermarket.
It could be at a filling station.
Exactly.
Provided that service is available.
Yes. Instead of paying with your cash, you can actually bring out any form of the internationally accepted cards and pay there.
So it's just not holding the card. You should load money on the card.
No, there are three major forms of cards. There is a credit card that you utilize funds provided to you by a bank. So it's like you have an overdraft, simple terms. So it's not your own money, it's the bank's money, and you are going to utilize it. So usually you have a limit. Let's say, looking at you, Betty, we can try to say, because of the way you are and we've assessed you, can give you, let's say, 50,000 Ghana cedis.
Just to
That's
spread.
a credit line, exactly.
To spread.
So you spend out of that.
But the spreading must be paid.
Exactly.
Because Ghanaians, they like spreading. Exactly. If you are not careful, people will come take the card.
You need to pay on time, and you need to make sure that your credit ratings are good. Because the moment you miss the payment, it reduces your credit rating. That's a credit card.
Yeah.
And you have the prepaid card. The prepaid card is, you don't have an account with the bank. You don't want to have an account with the bank, but you want to utilize the
services.
The services. You want to be able to pay with the card as and when you so wish. So you can load funds onto the prepaid card, and then as and when you go around, you either withdraw money from the ATM or you pay at the point of sale, at the merchant's point of sale terminals.
So you are telling me that if you are with another bank, these are all EcoBank products.
These are all EcoBank,
right?
yeah.
So if you are with another bank and you don't want to have an account with EcoBank, but you need to use the services of the EcoBank cards, you just go to any merchandise shop or somebody who has registered with EcoBank for the card services, pay money to that person, and then your card will be loaded with that fund that you can use anywhere to transact your business. Is that right?
Exactly. You've explained it very well. And then lastly, we have the debit card. The debit card is tied to an account that you own in the bank.
So that one, you should have an account with EcoBank.
You should have an account.
So we are talking about three things. Just break them down. Which one do one not need to have an account with?
So the prepaid card, you don't need to have an account.
That's the prepaid. You don't need to have an account with EcoBank.
EcoBank, yeah. So we call it Cash Express. That's the name that we given to the EcoBank prepaid card. Cash Express. Express without an E.
Express without an E.
Yeah, that's the name that we've given to the prepaid card.
The prepaid.
And then for the credit card, you need to have an account in EcoBank because we expect you to repay the funds that you've used out of the account that you open.
So that one, you need to be a customer.
You need to open an account just for your repayment of your debt.
But the moment you open an account,
you're a customer of the
become
bank.
a customer of the bank.
Yeah.
Because actually, even with the prepaid card, the person still is a customer.
The person is still a customer of the bank.
The bank is rendering services to that person.
The only difference is that the account is not hosted on our core banking application.
Yeah, I understand that. But in actual fact, you are rendering services to that person. So you're talking about the credit card. That one, you should have an account.
Just for the repayment of your facilities, your debts. As you said, when you utilize it, you need to repay. And you can only repay through an account with us. So that's the only reason why we actually ask our customers to open an account.
But we need to assess the customer also. So it should also be part of the reason for issuing that card out. Not
necessarily. You know, customers' credit worthiness is not only, you cannot use only account as a basis. Where the person works, the person's position in the company, the number of indices that we use to determine the credit worthiness of the person.
The person's standing in the eye of the public and all that.
Not even for a bank. We know we have a lot of situations where people in there,
they are of high standing, yet they are not credit
worthiness is something. So we look at a number of factors. Exactly. Yeah. You know. So it is not just opening an account. So that's why I'm saying that for credit cards, the reliance is not too much on opening an account. Yes, if you have an account with EcoBank, it enhances your scoring. Yes, yeah, but it's not a situation that we by all means need to have.
It's not a prerequisite for.
Yeah, but just that you need to open the account just for the repayment of the facilities. Yeah. Yes.
And you are saying that with the debit card, you should definitely be an account holder because that money will be pulled out of your account and loaded on the card.
The debit card the card assesses the funds in your account. So obviously you need to have an account in the bank's core banking application, the application that we use to serve the customers.
And you are saying you have point of sale services all over the country. Where and where?
So today, if you go to, as I said earlier on, EcoBank a decade ago introduced Visa into the market. And beyond that, we've broadened up the scope of the services that we want to offer to the Ghanaian public. So in addition to the cards, we have the ATM and we have the point of sale terminals. So today, we don't want our customers to be stressed with carrying cash. For me, cash is a major problem. I have a limit of 50 Ghana cedis that I keep in my wallet. It's a major problem, you know.
Carrying 50 Ghana cedis around.
Yeah, beyond that, I feel that I'm not comfortable, you know.
It's not you alone, because 50 Ghana cedis is a lot of money to carry around.
You could lose it easily.
Yeah.
A number of things can happen.
If you lose it and you are alive, you work and earn it. But suppose you lose it and then you get wounded or you get hurt or God forbid, you lose your life over it. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah,
so we want to facilitate that lifestyle where customers will be able to spend at the merchant, if I say merchant, those who sell goods and services, to spend at those merchant points with their cards. Instead of going to the ATM or coming to the banking hall to withdraw money and walk to the merchant, why don't you just go straight?
You want to buy fuel, you issue your card.
Exactly.
You go to the mall, you want to buy something at ShopRite, you issue the card.
And interestingly, you know, how many years ago nobody even thought of ShopRite or the malls that we have in the country?
That's true.
You know, so as time go on, you realize that the average Ghanaian's lifestyle and taste is changing.
It's changing. It has even changed. It's not changing.
Exactly. So we thought that this is a way that we can actually help to facilitate that change as a bank.
What else do you do in your department?
So we've talked about cards.
Yeah.
That's just one. So anything that is non-cash relates to what I do. So card is one. The point of sale terminal that we just talked about is one. The ATM, availability of ATMs is also one. And then providing financial services to every Ghanaian. Okay, if I say financial service to every Ghanaian, this is a part of it, because these days, provision of financial services to every Ghanaian, you can achieve that through digital channels. So that is something that as a bank or as a banking group, we are also passionate about.
The other day I came to your office, I had some discussions and I realized that you have your platinum platform, you have your South African airline ticketing, payment. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Okay, the cards itself are differentiated based on the segments that we serve. So for us, as EcoBank, our premier customers, we issue them platinum cards. So it could either be a Visa Platinum card or a MasterCard Platinum card. For those below the premier customers, we call them Advantage.
Mr. Oreku Asare, we'll take a short break. Viewers will take a short break. We'll be right back.
Get ready to move on up with EcoBank. Easy access to your account wherever you are in the world. More ATMs across Africa than any other bank, so there's always one closer to you. The freedom to pay with a card instead of cash. To bank with your mobile anytime, anywhere. Or send money thousands of miles in a flash. Plus, smart ways to save and invest so your children can move on up too. And trust EcoBank to help with the things that matter most. Visit us online today and move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Viewers, welcome back. This program is sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Equity Assurance Ghana Limited, supported by Belacqua. Yeah, Mr. Oreku Asare, your South African airline package and your platinum. Can we still discuss it?
Okay, for a bank, we segment our individual customers. So currently we have three major segments. So we have the premier customers, we have the Advantage, which we also call the mass affluent, and we have the youth and mass markets, which we call direct. So you have
youth and mass markets,
which we call direct, the direct segments. Okay, so for the platinum cards, we issue it for only the premier customers, because as the name sounds, it's platinum. It has its own prestige related to it. So that is what we do for the premier customers. And we also have the SA.
And what goes into it?
So as a holder of a platinum card, there are a number of benefits that are related to it. Your purchases are insured, just in case those items get lost within a certain defined period.
Which has things like?
Maybe if you buy something with a card. Like
what? Because so there is insurance coming in here.
No, if you purchase an item, maybe off the shelf, okay, and then maybe your dress.
Insured.
That item, okay, the purchase of that item is insured because we are looking at the warranty period around it. So if that customer or that merchant doesn't provide warranty for that period, the moment the goods is purchased, you have a period where you can cover up for any damage that is related to the item.
Okay.
So this is a service that we are doing together with our insurance partners. So you have that benefit. You also have benefits of some discount purchases. So you maybe have relationship with hotels. Those who are golf players, you can actually pay for your golf registration with a half price when you use the platinum card. To pay for your golf fees. So those are additional benefits that we give to the platinum card holder.
Then the charges on this platinum card will be very expensive.
No, I wouldn't say it's expensive. It's because if you're a premier customer, we believe that your lifestyle reflects that. So obviously, if you look at all the things that I've talked about, it relates to the lifestyle of the premier customer. So that's how come because for them, it's not just the fee that we are charging. It's just a convenience that we're bringing to them. And also, in addition to all these that I've talked about, you also have the opportunity to be able to have a priority pass, so that if you are traveling, or even if you are traveling with your child, and you as a premier customer, you are flying on business class, you might have access to the lounge. But because you have a priority pass, you can use that priority pass to also check whoever they are traveling with, who is also in economy, to be in the lounge.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, just to wait for your flight.
Okay.
So those are the benefits. And the visits, you pay only $27 for that visit. And if you look at all the things that you enjoy in the lounge, I think it's more than $27 that you pay for accessing that.
And then you talk about the youth and mass.
So the mass affluent, which is the advantage, we issue the gold card to. So the gold card has similar benefits, but it's slightly at the lower grade than the platinum. So as an affluent, mass affluent customer, again, you can shop, but you might not be able to have insurance. I mean, cover for the warranty. You might not be able to have the opportunity to admit somebody else into the lounge, but you cannot actually go to the lounge yourself. Okay. So it varies depending on the package that we give you. It varies. So going back to the South African Airways that you talked about, is the first co-branded.
You didn't talk about the youth.
The youth, okay. Going back to the different categories of the cards.
I just want us to get down to the different categories.
The youth, we give them what we call the classic card. And that classic card is issued instantly at our banking halls. And I must say that it's the first of its kind in this country, where less than 5 minutes, a customer will move away with a personalized card. Other banks attempted doing that, but without a personalized feature. If I say personalized, you go with your name typed or embossed on the card. Yeah. So these youth can actually open an account, and then instantly they'll be given a classic card.
But if they need to use it, they should have some funds in their account.
Obviously, they need to have some funds.
It should be a must.
It's a must.
Yeah. And with that, they can cash money in any ATM?
Yes. Or purchase items with the card.
Provided they have enough money on it.
Exactly.
Or they've made arrangements for
a facility.
For a facility.
Exactly.
Depending on the person.
Yes.
The person can be a youth but still working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned South African airline.
Yeah, so the what we call the SA Voyager credit card, it comes in platinum or gold. Okay. And it's the first of its kind in Sub-Saharan Africa. First airline co-branded card. We thought that, as I said earlier on, our customers' lifestyles are changing. I mean, a plain vanilla credit card does not give any loyalty points to you. You just spend and then you come and you repay. So we partnered with South African Airways to say that anytime we issue a platinum card to a customer, our mutual customers, that issuance come up with air miles.
Air miles.
Okay, defined air miles. And then the moment the customer purchases or transacts with that card, they also earn points. Okay, so the moment your points accumulate, you have a number of options to redeem it. Either you can use it to buy a ticket on South African Airways, and today I'm sure you're aware that South Africa flies to Washington, Dallas in the US from Accra, a direct flight. Yeah. No. So you have the opportunity to purchase a ticket, and you also have the opportunity to redeem your miles on other related partners. So we have a list of partners that South Africa always updates, okay, so that the customers can redeem their miles from there.
That will be in cash?
No, just to transact.
Transact in what way?
So if, let's say, let's assume that one of the partners is ShopRite, and you have, let's say, 500 worth of miles or points. You can go there, and the point always has a value related to it. You can go there and say that, okay, I just want to redeem my points by picking the shirt from the shelf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not cash, but it can come in any material.
You know, as a bank, if you notice through your interactions, I've been downplaying the use of cash. We want to encourage, because we are trying to help to change the lifestyle of the Ghanaian. We want to encourage the use of non-cash for transactions. So
instead of folding cash around, you can just use your mileage to purchase anything of your choice.
Exactly.
Mr. Oreku Asare, unfortunately, we couldn't cover all your area, and our time is up. So I want you to come around next week so that we can complete it, because you were also talking about agency banking. And I think it's something that Ghanaians will really, really, really be interested in. So thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
The same. I hope next week you can make time and then come around.
Sure.
Viewers, this is where we'll end today's program. Proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, supported by Belacqua. Thanks so much for watching, and see you same time again next week. I'm your host and banker, Betty Ayi.